Hello, my name's Christopher, and today we're going to install Portainer on Proxmox. So my goal with these videos are to show you step by step on how to set up a smart home and get your home automation running and installed. But I'm not going to get into the automation part yet. I'm going to get everything installed, working, your software running, everything like that, and then I will go into more detail. So with with in the last video I did Home Assistant, but Home Assistant's not everything you need. You need like Portainer to run Docker containers to make it to where you can keep up with uptime, which I'll create a video on that, and make it to where you can install scripted. You can install Homebridge, different things like that to even make your home automation go even further. So that's where you need to install Portainer, and then Portainer will host all your Docker containers in a really easy UI. And let's get started. So now we're going to continue with installing it. Okay, now you're going to go to your Proxmox admin panel. Then you're going to go to your node, which is right here, and your shell. First, you're going to go over here and get the script. You're going to type Docker up here, and you're going to say Docker XLC. And then you're going to copy the 2 GB RAM one. You're going to go over here to your node, your shell, and then paste the command in there. This is the command to install Docker, Portainer, and Docker Compose. And then now you're going to press enter. It's going to verify that you're going to create a new VM on your Proxmox node. So yes, and do default settings. It's saying what it's going to do. It's going to use DHCP, but you're going to need to set up a static IP in your router. It's now allocated the IP. Going to update the container. And it'll check if the DNS was resolved, which it did, the GitHub. And it's going to install dependencies. It's going to install Docker now. This will take a bit, but I want to show you every step just so you know everything's going right. Then it will now next install Portainer. It'll say, would you like to add Portainer? You're going to type Y, and you're going to press enter or return. It's going to say it's installing Portainer. Now, would you like to install Docker Compose? Docker Compose is to where it's going to compose different Docker containers together and make them to where they can link together with volumes and things like that. But it'll also make it to where you can use stacks in Portainer. So you're going to type Y. To confirm that, it is going to say cleaned, and then it's good to go. It's installed everything. And now it's started over here. You can see the green arrow. So it is started just to make sure it did start, and it did. Okay, now you can actually see you have a Docker command over there now, but you can also go to the IP. This will be started on 9000 port, and it's going to load. Verify it through my node script. Okay, now it's going to start with admin panel. Admin is username. Then you're going to do password. Then I'm going to need to. Okay. Then you're going to collect anonymous statistics. I'm going to just say no to that. Okay, now you can also restore from backup if you did have a Portainer before, but you don't now. So create user. Okay, now you are in the Portainer. You're going to add a standalone. Then you're going to, oh wait, you already have a local name. Okay, you're going to update the environment. Then you're going to go back to home. You're going to see local right here. Then you can add your Docker Compose right here and name it. Then you can have all your containers, and we will build this up in the next videos. And you're going to go up here to add a container. You have 100 pulls in, I think, a day within 6 hours. Okay, every 6 hours you have 100 pulls. You can also buy a Docker Hub subscription to bypass this, and then you'll have to put in your registry one if you do buy a Docker Hub subscription. But once you do that, you don't have to. You have 100 pulls a day, 6 hours, and then that's about it right now. You have Portainer installed, up and running. These are your volumes, which you'll link to inside the container. You'll mount it on your hard drive, then you'll go inside the container, and it'll mount it from there. It makes it to where your container can actually have data, and then your local VM can store the data to where, because Docker containers are stateless, so this makes it to where it can actually store data inside the Docker container, but it mounts it on your local hard drive. So that's about it on the install, and you're good to go to install these Docker containers now. So I've now showed you how to install Portainer, get Docker running, and the UI interfaces with the CLI in the background, and then interfaces with Docker Compose. This opens you up to more possibilities of being able to install more software on your server and be able to install other Docker containers, other Docker Compose like scripted, Homebridge, to interface with HomeKit, to install Uptime QMO, which is the uptime monitor, and be able to install certain things to where it just adds to your home automation and smart home. And this will get you started in being able to add more functionality that runs in containers. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.